Hello and welcome to the Birdnest MMA Roundup, Episode 1. I am the Mocking Dirk, and with me are my co-hosts, as always, the Mocking Kelb and the ever-on-board Haven. Yeah, we're going to switch it up.
Oh, I like it.
Ever on board.
And the ever-on-board. Yeah, you're on board today. So, this is the MMA Roundup. We talk about the week's top news, speculation, our opinions, MMA, mostly UFC, but we will go outside others. This is meant to be a much faster paced episode than our podcast, or because in our podcast we're lounging. We're actually trying to go through topics this time. Podcasts are going to be more lax. This is going to be more rigid. You okay with that, Mr. Kelb?
I love it.
You love it as you roll a blunt.
I love it.
I mean, this is the Birdnest. We can only get so fucking professional. I mean, this isn't no Ariel Helwani. No Luke Thomas shit.
I don't know. Fucking fighters do not like Ariel. Oh, Jesus.
He starts shit between the fighters. Alright. That's our bullshit time. That's it. We only had 1 minute. Ain't no 20 minutes of bullshit time on the MMA Roundup. Okay, let's get going. Fight night recap last night. Derek Lewis versus Alexei Olenek. Jacob, I know you missed the fights, but you saw the highlights. What was your impression of the fight last night?
I mean, I haven't seen any of the actual highlights for the Lewis fight, but based on the recap of the fight I read, it was interesting, and I think it was good but bad of Lewis to show off that he's improving his ground and grappling game.
Alright, why do you think it's bad? You think that should be like a secret weapon that his ground game's good instead of showing it off? I don't know if he was really showing it off. I think he was kind of surviving.
Did you watch the fight?
I haven't actually watched it yet. The
It'll
only highlights I've actually watched are from our fight of the night.
I wouldn't say he was really showing off his ground game. He was just calm and
He
trying to
wasn't attacking with it, but
he was just walking through the motions, really. Trying to get out. At one point, he was in a really tight scarf hold. He just like, we got 2 minutes. I guess we might have to wait. He just waited 2 minutes, and like in that post-fight press, like, yeah, I couldn't breathe. I was just waiting. Like I thought he'd get tired eventually. Whew, that was tight.
It wore him out a little, though.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I definitely think of just choking with a scarf hold. That's a really muscular. What do you call it?
Just because you're being choked out doesn't mean the other person's not getting wore out.
It's not a choke. What's it called?
Okay.
What's it called? A strain, like. Oh my god! I can't believe I'm breaking.
Compression.
He kept calling it a bulldog choke.
Yeah. So this is a break. This is. What when you like turn the head? Oh my god! I can't. You know what I'm talking. The word's blanking.
Is that crank?
Crank. There we go. I can't believe I was blanking on crank.
I didn't know you were trying to go with that one.
Yeah. Well, because that's a crank. It's not a choke.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and normally you don't see guys tapping.
There's like double digits, like crank finishes.
Well, not cranks. Yes, Ezekiel's. That's like 12 or 13.
Joe Ezekiel's. He has like 20 rear naked. No, he has like a lot.
He has a bunch
of
of cranks too, but
which is like an abnormal amount.
All right, let's get on to it. Kev, what are your thoughts on the fight night?
I liked it a lot, actually. It was one of the better fight nights I've seen in the past few fight nights, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty exciting. I thought it was a little underrated going in. I was excited for the main event, obviously. I was excited for Chris Weidman's return to middleweight. There were a few other people I liked on there, but it wasn't like I wasn't expecting much. This was a very exciting fight card, I thought.
Yeah, it came with a lot of action, a lot of finishes. Even the fights I went to draw were action-packed.
All right.
Not a draw, but went to the end were action-packed.
Yeah. Now with that, what are your fights of the night? I think, Jacob, we have the same one. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's Beneil Dariush versus Scott Holtzman. Fucking killer fight. My other close one was the Tim Means fight against Starpoli. That was a great one. It was a lot closer, and Tim Means just showed how tough he was, I think. Just the seniority in there. And then, And Neil Dariush is spinning forearm thrust. Meant to be elbow, meant to be back fist. The world may never know. Oh my gosh, that was something. That was legendary.
Beautiful.
We flipped out in here when it happened.
So did Paul Felder.
Yeah, Paul Felder. Was, ah! Like, the only other time we've yelled that, the biggest we've ever yelled in the shed was the Uriah Faber knockout.
Yeah.
That was just me and Kelby, and we lit this place up.
Yeah. The neighbors had called the police thinking somebody was getting abducted or something.
Yeah. All right. So those are,
yeah, that's right, because we weren't in here for the Cody Garbrandt fight. That's right.
Yeah.
We got real loud with that one.
Yeah. Kelby, what was your fight of the night?
I was going to pick the one you guys picked, but I'm going to decide to go against it. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland against Daquan Buckley.
Yeah, that was a killer fight,
This is a dog match the whole time, never stop, constant. That's why I like that fight.
What a win.
I was rooting for Buckley, but the lanky guy came in and just took it away with his fucking reach advantage on him. But fucking Buckley was playing mean. Just mean fighting the whole time.
What a win for Kevin Holland. He was supposed to fight last week. Trevin Giles passes out before stage. And then Kevin Holland fights this week. Completely different opponent, and he gets the win. I thought that was awesome for him. Alright. This is going to be a fun segment we do on the show. This is the biggest of the week. We're going to pick the biggest winners. We're going to pick the biggest losers of the MMA week. Now, we're going to normally aim for whoever's on the fight card, but it applies to anyone in the MMA world. So, Kelby, do you know your picks?
No, but I can definitely go off the top of my head with this one.
Alright, do you want to go first, or you want one of us to go first?
Can we do it like section by section? What do you think is the worst, and then I'll...
Alright, so yeah, we'll go lose first, and I'll go first. And I don't really think there's that many losers this week. So, my pick would be Alexei Oleinik. He was going against Derek Lewis. A win there would have been so good for his career. It would put him right up in that Ngannou, Curtis Blades section for next after the titles if he had beat Derek Lewis tonight. And he didn't get it, and then he got a bad beating in that second round there before Herb Dean stopped the fight. I think it sets him back for a while. I think he took some damage, and he's a pretty old dude. I don't know how much he's great, but I don't know how long he's going to stay around. So he is a winner, but he's my biggest loser this week.
Looking at me.
Whoever wants to go next.
No, the biggest loser for the fight night for me is good old homie. I can never pronounce his last name. Amari.
Oh. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name.
Akhmedov or some shit.
Amari Akhmedov, I think.
Akhmedov.
The guy who fought Chris Weidman.
Yeah. Even though Weidman was a champion, losing to a guy that has been on that bad of a run, that doesn't help your career at all. I don't know if he was just going for a star power win there, but...
Well, I think he was happy to get a shot at a former world champion and a big name like Chris Weidman, even though he was not ranked coming into this fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard. It was definitely a shot against him, but I guess we will see if Chris Weidman turns it around. Maybe that loss doesn't look so bad.
Yeah.
We'll hope, and I'm sure he's hoping
and
too.
We'll talk about that later in the show.
But now we're on to me. Yeah. My biggest loser of the week, Ray Borg.
Oh, Ray Borg was not on the fight night, but he told me his reason why.
Ray Borg is my biggest loser of the week because, as of now, he has been released from the UFC. There has been no comment from Ray Borg's team as to why. The rumored reasons are a multitude of fights that he has pulled out of after arriving at location for fight week and pulling out at the last minute, missing weight several times over the last several bouts of his, and that's just it. He's had a rough go of it, and now he doesn't even have a job.
He's definitely not a winner right now, but hey, I'm sure Bellator 1 Championship would love to have a name like Ray Borg. Hey, PFL, I think he'd do great there and become a millionaire. So,
hopefully, but you never know.
Hey, go PFL, become a millionaire, come back to the UFC, say like, hey, give me a title fight, bitch.
He needs to go to bare knuckle.
I don't want to see Ray Borg at bare knuckle. I want to see, maybe EDC. I want to see Ray Borg on the ground where he belongs. Alright, now let's get into the winners. My biggest winner for the week. There were a lot of winners this week, I think. Nasrat Hakparas back in the winning column. Derek Lewis getting a great win, showing how tough he is. But I think my biggest winner is personal for me. It has to be the All-American Chris Weidman. He's back in the winning column. He's just... It's not... Yeah, he got a win over a no-name. No offense to Amari, but he's number 11. No one really... Middleweight's not a super stacked division by popularity stance. Even the contenders aren't the biggest stars at middleweight. So Chris Weidman gets the win, but it's how he got the win. He was using his wrestling. He used what brought him to the dance. He's training with Stephen Thompson, getting his striking better instead of just going for shit. He looked like he was in the right zone to be back in. He's back at middleweight, his actual weight class. He's not big enough to be going and getting skill like Dominic Reyes at heavyweight or light heavy. So he's my biggest winner. He got a good win. It was a shaky win. He wasn't dominant, but he got a good win, and I can't wait to see him back in the octagon. Kelby?
My biggest winner? Olenek. He finally gets his career ended.
He was talking so much shit. What is your beef with Alexei Olenek? You have beef with a fighter every episode, so why is Alexei Olenek on your radar this week?
Oh, it's definitely Alexei Olenek.
Why?
This man is trying to fight a fucking up-and-coming young buck guys just fucking taking names. Besides his last fight. But
I wouldn't call Derek Lewis an up-and-coming young
he
buck.
fought for a title already, man.
I know, but...
Derek Lewis has been around the block.
Yeah, but that doesn't deserve Mr. fucking bullshit wrestler over here.
They were both on like 2 or 3 fight winning streaks.
No, Derek Lewis is now on a 3.
I thought he was on a 1 fight.
No, he's on a 3.
I think somebody else. Might have to pause it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pause. Derek Lewis on a 3-fight winning streak. We're gonna go start back up with your winner of the week.
Yeah.
Back in. And Jacob, who is your biggest winner of the week?
My biggest winner of the week is Derek Lewis. He's obviously now on a 3-fight win streak. Fuck you.
Okay, thanks for being part of this podcast, Alexa.
It's not even Alexa. It's Bixby.
That's Siri.
Nope, it's Bixby.
Bigsby.
Oh, God.
What a rebel.
Anyway.
By the way, 12 Gauge and his lady joins us. They're silent partners in this episode.
Anyway, Derek Lewis, 3-fight win streak. Looking good. Been looking good. Been looking better every fight. Feel happy for him. Derek Lewis, biggest winner of the week.
Toby, who's your winner of the week? I already said this, but we took a break. Who is it?
Oh, the guy Derek Lewis beat.
Alexei Olenek. He's got to retire. You sure you don't want to change
No,
that?
he's the biggest winner. He finally got the realization that he's just a terrible piece of shit.
Got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Are you seriously, why are you trying to pick fights and fighters?
Alright, this is another new segment we need to start recording. Kelby picking fights with a fighter every week.
Okay.
Just let Kelby go off for like 30 minutes on somebody.
You can go. Alright, let's get to the next topic, our fight picks. We're just going to do the top 3 fights of next week's card, Stipe versus DC. But let's start a couple fights now. We got Jairzinho Rosenstruck fighting Junior Dos Santos. Who do we got, Kelby?
Junior Santos is actually going to pull out the win.
Really?
I think he's going to go for it because he needs to get to the record book because homie's catching up to him.
Homie's tied with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
Alright, Jacob?
Well, I mean, This is. I don't know. I'm still conflicted. Because like, JDS is real good, real good. But I don't know if he can. He's been getting caught the last several times with just punches that he probably shouldn't be getting caught by anymore. And well, Rosenstrike was heralded as Ngannou level power, and I don't really want to be getting hit by that if I'm JDS.
That's the thing. Rosenstrike just needs one hit, and JDS has shown in his last fights against these power punchers like he's better than him at striking, but he's not unhittable. Like, he is going to get hit, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think JDS will be winning the fight. Rosenstrike finds him maybe in halfway through the second, third round. He lands it and gets the win. Let's go to the co-main. We got Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Cheeto Vera. Kelby, who do you got in this one? You believe in the Sugar Show, or are you going with Cheeto?
Oh, he has no chance.
No chance.
Yeah. Sugar Show's got this.
I wouldn't say no chance. I'm not sure about
My
that.
Darce choke.
Okay.
Okay, alright.
Sure. I don't think Sean O'Malley's choking out anyone, buddy.
Anyway, we'll move on to me. While I am also on the Sugar Show side of things, and it's for a reason I can get into on another episode, but Marlon Vera's got a chance, but Sean O'Malley, as we were discussing off air, is in the conversation for one of the prodigal
sons.
Yeah. Of our current time, so Sean O'Malley gonna win it. Gonna be real quick too.
Yeah.
Don't mistake me. I say Cheeto has a chance, but I'm all for Sean O'Malley. I'm not backing on Cheeto. I'm not an idiot. I think it's a great fight. I'm looking forward to it, but I think Sean got this.
It's not co-main event worthy though.
Yeah, no. JDS should be the co-main. Alright, let's get into the main event though. Stipe DC. I'm going first. I think DC gets it by decision.
Oh God! Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to put this on me? Oh man, I'm conflicted for a whole nother reason, man. Like, I want DC to leave on a win because, as we all know, DC is retiring and at the end of this fight. But like, Stipe's so good.
Yeah.
But then I also feel bad for Stipe because it's like, A, he knows DC's leaving. B, he wins the belt. He's got to fight Ngannou. He loses to DC. Chances are he's still going to be fighting Ngannou.
Yeah.
For the belt.
For the belt.
Like, that's the problem here. Is like, I feel bad for Stipe. So I'd like to see him at least win against
It's a win-win
DC.
for Stipe. He gets a shot at the belt again with a win or a lose.
Yeah, no, win or lose, he's most likely getting, unless they give it to Derek Lewis. You never know.
Yeah.
Or JDS or Rosenstrike.
Or
look back.
Blades. Like
Stipe
there are
will
people in
never
that
be considered the
conversation.
greatest
It's
of all
just,
time.
If they want to do a screw job on Stipe, they definitely can.
Yeah, they absolutely can, but like,
that's one of the things. Just Stipe doesn't have the fans on his side. I feel like
I think I'm gonna.
He's boring.
he's not boring. Like, dude, he finished DC.
He's very interesting to
He-
me to
no,
watch.
Not fighting wise.
It's a firefighter.
No, I'm just talking about like in general. He's really boring, dude. Yeah,
I
fighting. Oh no, he's cool fighting. Outside of the ring, boring.
Yeah, sorry, he's saving people's lives.
I'm gonna do the Derek usual. I think if it goes to decision, DC's gonna win it. But I think the Stipe winning option is gonna be a finish similar to the last one.
Did you call that the Derek usual?
Yeah, the cutting your.
Oh, hedging the bet?
Yep.
The wrestler hedges the bet. The wrestler wins by decision, the other guy wins by stoppage.
Yep.
Okay, the Derek special, I like it. Kelby, Stipe DC.
Stipe?
Steve?
No. Like Stipe's going to in the second round. Is going to be Stipe's up. Stipe wins the first round, wins the second round. Third round, DC comes in with an uppercut, knocks him out.
Okay.
Lifts him off the mat.
Yeah.
Lifts him off Matt.
Yeah.
Has him does 2 backflips.
Yeah.
Lands on his
I mean,
ass.
DC can barely throw a jab with Stipe being that much taller than him. So he has to finish it with uppercut in the 3rd round.
Okay then.
I personally hope DC doesn't try that, but
Oh, he about did it the first fight.
I'd
rather see
that was
DC
an
wrestle.
elbow, but
I'd rather see DC
I'd
wrestle.
rather see DC wrestle as well. All right, let's get into some just MMA news. Derek Lewis gets that big win over Alexei Olenek earlier this week. When asked what's next for him, he's like, "Hey, there's 3. First, I don't want to fight again until I'm 250, but there are 3 people I want. I want Ngannou, I want Blades, or I want Overeem." What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of 2 of those. I during our break, I watched the Lewis Olenek fight, and I was impressed with Lewis's ground game improvement, but I still don't really like it. So I don't want. I would love to watch him fight Ngannou or Overeem, but Curtis Blades gonna fuck him up. So let's try to avoid that one, bud.
I think Curtis Blades takes down Derek Lewis. I'd like to see Ngannou, but I'd rather that'd be a title fight. So I'm going for Overeem for Derek Lewis next.
Yeah, that's the probably the best situation for him.
What do you think, Kelby?
After guaranteeing what's his name a Social Security check, I think he's gonna have to fight Curtis Blades. Sure.
Wait, what?
He's making a joke about he just gave Olenek a Social Security check.
Oh my god.
He did not retire him.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Such a stupid joke you're insisting on, Mike.
But no, he should fight Curtis Blades.
Well, Curtis Blades. So
you wanna end?
do you
Derek
think he wins
Lewis's-
that fight?
I think he wins it.
Really?
I think Derek Lewis comes in there with a fucking 6-pack, shred of his fucking mind.
I don't think
So does Curtis Blades too.
Curtis Blades.
And
right
it's
there.
just gonna be a fucking war, 3-round war.
I think that's quite the bold prediction.
I don't give him much of a chance, but I'm gonna call it and say he's gonna win it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not confident in it,
You shouldn't be.
The more I ask, the more he backs off this statement.
but I'm going to back it.
You're going back it, okay. Chris Weidman back on the winning side, looking somewhat good. He comes out and says he wants a top guy. So I'm going to say he wants someone in the top 10.
No.
Who would you like to see Chris Weidman fight next?
Oh, what class is he in?
He's a middleweight.
I'm trying to think of who the. Well, there's Shabazian.
Shabazian sits right at 10.
There's Gastelum. There's Till. I'm listing off the ones that, are
Coming
still.
off losses.
Yeah, because I mean, it's hard to give him one of the top 10 ones that just won,
I give him Gastelum.
considering how far down he was.
So, okay, I just want to say this. I'm not picking a fight. But we always do this. You always try to match a winner with a loser, or a loser with a winner.
See,
and the
I
UFC is
do-
notorious for not doing that.
See, here's the thing, though. Is like
I
I'm
like
still,
your
I'm,
picks,
I'm
but
still.
just-
At least I'm not picking loser guys who are on a
Yeah.
loss that are also nobodies.
Yeah, you pick good picks, but it's always like, no, that guy's winning, that guy's losing. It's not going to happen.
And like that's the only issue is because of where he was, it's really hard to reasonably say he should have any of the top 10 guys that are coming off of a win. Because they're
I think
much
you should
higher
fight
than
Jared
him.
Cannonier.
Who's
No.
that one amazing heavyweights that should be finally coming back?
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Yes.
We're not on that, though. That's not...
No, I feel he should fight.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
no.
I you know what? I really do like any one of the 3 people I just listed off: Till, Gastelum, Shabazian.
I'd like
Also
to see
be-
him fight Kelvin. I'd like to see him fight Gastelum. One, but the problem is I'm a Gastelum fan, and I think Weidman has the best chance of being Gastelum.
And if Gaslam loses, I
I
don't
don't want
know,
to put
man.
Gaslam on a 4-fight losing streak.
Yeah, and that's the other problem. And the thing is, like, even stylistically wise, or not even stylistically, but like the storylines, like Weidman's before Akhmedov, Weidman's only win of his last 6 fights was against Gaslam.
Oh god.
So why would you like? That's just, it's almost like kind of a, you know what I mean? Here, let me see the list really quick.
God.
I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. I would like. Okay. Now, hear me out.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
he
I
said,
would
hear
like-
me out, folks.
I would like to see Weidman fight the winner of Yoel Hall.
The winner.
The winner of it.
Oh god, I think you're right. I think both of them would kill him.
I'd like to see Weidman have that fight.
Well,
I think that's a tough fight for him.
Yoel was
but-
notorious for killing champions that are not.
Yoel already
Their
killed
prime.
Weidman.
That's what I'm saying. He's killed Wyman. He's killed what's his name?
Rock.
Rocco.
But yeah, I don't think he kills him twice.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does, but I think
Yeah, I mean, it's Yoel Romero. So.
I'd like to see it go.
I like how we're also sitting here like...
I don't think Weidman
We're also
wants-
just sitting here saying
I think
Yoel
Weidman
Romero.
is
We're not
having-
even giving Hall the opportunity. We're not even presenting the idea that Hall
I think
beats
Hall.
Romero.
I think Hall has a good chance of winning, but yeah, yeah, we're focusing on worst case scenario for Weidman here.
Well, no, I don't think
What are
Wyman
his
takes that
chances
fight.
against Hall, though?
You don't think Weidman takes a fight?
No, he doesn't want that memory again.
I don't think he has a memory of it.
I know, like
I think he's just been
I
told
would
what
not
happened.
take a fight that I just got murdered by.
What do you say?
Yoel ended his career.
What do we think his chances are if Hall wins?
I think that's better, but I still think it's a tough fight.
Yeah, I don't see him winning either.
All right. So who do you got?
What do you mean?
Who do you want him to fight?
Oh, I've said it like 20 times. Gaslam.
Gaslam. I don't remember him
All right,
saying
so Kelby's trying to retire Gaslam too.
it. Well, I didn't mention I wouldn't mind it. Outside the top 10, there's fucking
The hell
what's his name? There's Brad Tavares. I wouldn't mind, but that'd be below him. I want to see Weidman keep trying to move up because if you're not moving up, you're moving down.
Yeah.
All right. Vince Luque is in the news.
Yeah, he is.
That badass
he
welterweight. He's on like what 4-fight winning streak right now, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Fucking
Imitation.
killing people. He wants a big fight. He says. He says I want Nate Diaz.
Now, he doesn't say he wants Nate Diaz. He says, I'm going to knock Nate Diaz out,
Yeah.
but I'll take Chiesa if I have to.
He says I want Nate Diaz. I want to knock him out, and if he doesn't show up, I want to fight Michael Chiesa.
You said this?
Vicente Luque.
Who the fuck's that guy?
He's the guy.
Kelly's trying to pick a fight with Vicente Luque. Let's
fucking
go.
Nate Diaz a kill.
I don't know about
No.
that. Nate Diaz is going to have
That's
one
a tough fight for Nate.
Nate's going to
yeah.
have one chance, and that's going to be grab a hold of him and don't let go.
All right, you tell your thoughts, Kelby. Read up on Vicente Luque. There's his fighter page.
All right.
Oh, him. I know exactly who this guy is. Okay.
All right. Well, I only heard about this because I follow Nate Diaz and obviously tag Nate Diaz.
What did Nate Diaz say? Has
He hasn't responded yet, but
Vince said, "This ain't worth my time. This ain't no Conor McGregor or Jorge Masvidal."
I don't know. I think this might be worth Nate's time because like it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's a tough fight either way. Because like I really don't think Luque wants Nate to get a hold of him.
I think Luque would welcome Nate on the ground.
I could go to. No, fucking Nate Diaz has a terrible eye.
I think he has a much better chance of being Diaz than he does Chiesa.
Absolutely.
And that's no
for sure.
disrespect to Diaz.
Michael
but-
Chiesa?
Yeah. Chiesa's just big and he's such a good grappler. Now, Luque could probably beat him on the feet. And if his takedown defense is good enough, he has a chance to win, but I don't see him able to keep Chiesa off of him for that long. And personally, I like Luque Chiesa. I would just want that to be like almost a fight night main event.
Yeah.
That might be 25 minutes.
Yeah, like Nate's jiu-jitsu and stuff is good, but like
And if it
Michael
is Nate, it's definitely going to be 25 minutes.
I don't see that fight happening because I can see the Jorge or Conor fight happening before that. Yeah, for Nate.
So my thoughts on it is I think Luque most likely could get Chiesa, but he's going to lose that fight. He doesn't have a chance of getting the Nate fight, but I think he would win. Those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a. I think he could probably get the Nate fight. It's not too far fetched. Because Nate is just kind of like sitting around at 10. Luke is pretty hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Nate wants older guy. Like, I don't think Nate wants to fight contenders. I think he wants kind of legacy and money fights.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong
He
with
always
that,
does the fun fights.
Yeah. Because I don't think he cares about a belt. I think he just wants to fight fun fights for him. That's going to make him a lot of money.
Oh yeah, almost for certain.
Are we good on that point?
Yeah, I mean that's about all I want to say. I don't think it's impossible that he gets the Nate fight. I think it's a further reach than a Chiesa fight, but I don't think it's.
Yeah, he should really be going after the Chiesa fight.
Yeah, I think that's a much tougher fight still.
Yeah. Chiesa is the human octopus.
He needs to swallow that pill.
All right, let's move on to our last MMA news. I mean, there's some other stuff, but in our big MMA news, Let me stop stuttering. Shut up, silent partner. Sean O'Malley's having a clothing line. He did a test run of some jerseys.
Well, they sold out in like
$20,000 worth of buys in 39 seconds.
Alright, how much were
Our
the jerseys?
silent partner and girlfriend's jaws just hit the floor.
So here's the thing: how much was each
He's
jersey
doing a
being
clothing
sold
line.
for?
I don't know. He's doing a clothing line. He did a test run of some jerseys of his. He made $20,000 in 39 seconds.
Shit, he better open that clothing line.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. It's a really good start.
Yeah, I don't know how much this shit costs. I'd say probably 30 to 40 a piece. No, maybe more than that actually if it's a jersey, but still,
Yeah, 'cause a lot.
but that's a lot really quick.
That's a lot really quick, but it's also
it's
also kind of a matter of how much it costs the jerseys to be made. So it's I wonder how much of an actual profit it made.
I want to see this jersey first.
That's my biggest question here. Is that's a shit ton.
Yeah, no, I think he's making $20,000 profit, not $20,000 just in general. You okay?
Yeah, I didn't know, that was...
You didn't realize the mic was there the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are
You
good.
thought it was like some alien just wandered up and here you're...
I was like, what the fuck is that?
Good on Sean O'Malley. He made a very smart business decision and used his hype and all of that's behind him to pull a Connor.
So, Kelby, are you buying stock in Sean O'Malley's clothing brand?
Yes.
Alright.
I fucking would.
1 penny. That's what it's worth right now. A couple penny stock, but
I don't
Yeah,
think...
that
I don't know
couple
if it would
pennies
be.
is gonna fucking.
Alright. Let's get into our wholesome news of the week. Now, you guys, I mean, you know now, but I don't know if Kelby knows what the wholesome news of the week. Do you know what the wholesome news of the week is, Kelby?
what?
Conor McGregor is now engaged to longtime girlfriend Dee Devlin.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. David texted me this.
It's kind of funny.
Did
I
you really?
almost.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Show me the text.
He texted me, but didn't text you.
Yeah,
If it wasn't
I
for the
believe
fact that I knew that was going to be your wholesome news, I wanted to make a joke and put that as my Conor McGregor as my loser of the week
What?
because he has to get married.
Nah, that's just lame. No, so
You're
yeah,
laughing though, so is it
I'm
really lame?
I think they've been together since like 2008.
Yeah, they've been together for a while.
Been by his side from plumber's apprentice to biggest star in MMA. So
And all of this crazy shit.
and all this crazy shit, fights, dolly throwing,
Going to jail.
going to jail.
Takes a lot
Couple
to put up.
times.
Takes a lot to put up with Conor McGregor, and
Going to
fucking
jail in
does it,
multiple
so.
different countries.
So
But
congrats,
he's a great guy.
Congrats to the McGregors.
Absolutely.
Now Connor is involved in the next segment as well, but not too directly. Clown news of the week.
Oh, God.
Kelby, Do you know who the fighter Michael Chandler is?
Yes.
You do? Would you like to give a brief?
He has a background in boxing, and he has a pretty good judo style to him.
Okay, so you don't really know who Michael Chandler is.
That's all I know. I've
Yeah.
seen him throw some hands, so there's some boxing in there. Seen a little judo, so there's some judo in there.
Habib throws hands. Is he a boxer?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't start this argument. You know that's right into a Kelpie trap there.
Let me tell you something.
Michael Chandler, he's been around the block. He's a good fighter. He's like Eddie Alvarez. He had wars with Eddie Alvarez. He's a tough motherfucker. He can beat. He's one of the guys that he might not be the best fighter, but he can also beat anyone. Like, just put him on the right night, he can beat whoever.
So he's like a cowboy?
Yeah, very much like a cowboy.
Yeah, when he's on, he is real hard to beat.
In his fight, this is Bellator over the weekend. He fights against a former UFC champion, Benson Henderson. Tough fight. I believe it's a rematch. He gets a first round KO.
Yeah, like
That was his last fight on the Bellator contract. He is now a free agent. His first act as a free agent. Do you know what it was?
Going after one.
Calls out Conor McGregor.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying this now, yeah.
important to note, not just former UFC champion Benson
A
Henderson,
champion to a champion. I see his thinking.
UFC legend Benson Henderson.
Man, I don't know about that.
He's a UFC
legend,
legend.
Yeah. Strikeforce champion too, actually, I think.
That knockout was nuts.
But no, Chandler got an amazing knockout. The thing is, this is why I'm calling him the Clown News of the Week. He's a very likable fighter.
Yep.
He's coming off of an amazing win.
Yep.
He could insert himself in the top of probably the welterweight or lightweight divisions if he wanted to. He can make it in the UFC. There's just no fucking way you get a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
It's like
To be fair, it's not even necessarily because of lack of height or anything or weight to throw around. It's more. It's honestly kind of similar to the Nate thing. Conor just doesn't really.
you're not. Michael Chandler is not on Conor's radar.
Yeah, like that's the thing is if you're not on Conor's radar, you don't
Who
fucking
the
matter.
fuck is this guy?
Like Jeremy Stevens is more on Conor McGregor's radar than fucking Michael Chandler.
I wouldn't even go that far.
Big deal.
Cody Garbrandt is more on Conor McGregor's radar.
Well, that's okay. Cody Garbrandt is on anybody's radar.
Cody Garbrandt's
Garbrandt.
moving down to fucking flyweight
Yeah,
right
Cody
now.
Garbrandt would beat
Cody
up.
puts
He's
his-
not
Cody
fighting McGregor.
Cody
Cody
Garbrandt would beat up
inserts
Usman.
himself on everyone's radar.
Alright.
Fucking no love.
So those are our topics. This is our show. We're getting out some MMA bullshit, if we want. What do you want to talk about, Kelby?
Kanye.
MMA bullshit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
has to be. If Kanye said something in the
Oh.
MMA world,
It's not strictly MMA, but Dana White said they are still talking to Mayweather.
yeah, they're in
All that.
talks with the Mayweather again.
On October 3rd.
That's gonna be a fun. I
It's just gonna
hope
be.
that
I bet it's
happens.
just gonna be someone from the money team going into the UFC. You're not Paul Felder.
Doesn't mean I haven't
I think
already
about Paul
sold it.
Felder. Cody Garbrandt says he would be down to fight Paul Felder in the far future.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. It's not a bad fight for him. Paul Felder's a pretty small lightweight.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one.
I don't want to see Garbrandt up at lightweight though. I think he's so undersized.
Oh yeah,
Up there?
for sure.
I mean, he's tall, but I think he just maybe you can make an argument for feather, but there's some big featherweights. Ugh. All right.
Do you think Paul Felder would do good at featherweight?
He'd probably be a big featherweight.
He could make it. I just don't think that's where he'd be best.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like Poirier at featherweight. Like he'd be good, but he's not going to be it's not going to be close to that championship status.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way I feel about Barboza down at featherweight.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see him.
Yeah, he's not gonna.
But
he's
I
not
don't
gonna
see
make
Barboza getting up to championship status in the lightweight division either, to be honest.
it. Yeah, Barbosa is probably just needs to retire.
So, Rachel, who is your favorite fighter?
Jeez.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you on the spot. It's Gage, right?
It's Gage, right?
He's your favorite fighter.
Yep.
He
That's
kick
me.
all their asses.
Yep.
Try to.
He tries to. I like the confidence.
Just stay away from UL and you'll be fine.
Listen, this
I will fight anybody
to be fair.
except you will.
To be fair, isn't that what all of them try to do? They all try to kick the other guy's ass. Isn't that all fighting is?
No, Darren Elkins doesn't really try to kick the other guy's ass. He just bleed on him and then the guy he tries to psych him out with his blood. Habib just Damian Maya just like I just want to cuddle.
I'm just here for the closeness. Just grabbing on another man.
I'm just here
I'm
for the
cold.
physical connection.
Grabbing on another man
I'm cold.
excites me.
I need,
So is
body-
Elastic.
I need your heat. Come here.
So Kelby, you have called out, you've talked shit on Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Darren Till.
My Perry's on my good side now.
Ooh, okay, why?
Well, I rewatched him beating up that old person in, and that old person deserved it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Mike Perry's on my side.
He's on your side after you
Yeah.
called him a bum.
Yeah. we made up.
Okay.
I love you, Mike.
I love you, man.
I will tag Mike Perry.
Alright, well, tag Mike Perry.
That's the name of the podcast. I love you, Mike.
Alright. It's,
Have I called out so far?
what?
A lot of
You've
that
called out
call.
Mike Perry. You've called out Darren Till. You've now called out Alexei Olenek.
Alexi only. You're really calling out guys you can't, like, beat, too. Like, call out some flyweights and bantamweights, why don't you, like...
Well, no, I like all of them. Darren Till is a fucking bitch. And then Olenek just needs to retire.
What else did he
Not wrong with the guy, just needs to retire.
To be fair, he is 43.
Yeah, I mean, so is Yoel, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but Yoel, we don't know what he is.
He's
He's
the-
not human. So he has to pass.
He's not.
Alright.
Yoel or Olenek, who's gonna win?
Yoel.
Oh, Nick, he's so much bigger.
No, Yoel will murder him.
No, he would not.
Yes, he would.
See, did you see what happened when Olenek tried to choke out Lewis? That's what's gonna happen.
Lewis,
when he tries to
fucking
choke
Lewis
Yoel.
has like a 5-time bigger head than Yoel. Lewis is
And
the black
Yoel
beast.
would beat
And Yoel
Lewis.
has an arm the size
Yoel
of
would
Lewis's
not
chest.
beat Lewis.
Yes, he would.
Yoel
And
would not
Romero
beat
has an arm the size of Lewis's chest.
Lewis. That's not
Yoel's
true.
bone marrow is freaking made out of titanium steel.
Yeah, I told you that.
And see, here's the thing: he's gonna be choking him like this. He's gonna be choking him like this, and Yoel's just gonna go, no, and just force it open. He's gonna flex his tricep and just go, no.
I want to see this fight happen just so I can see how wrong.
No, Yoel would murder him.
Yoel is not beating a heavyweight submission specialist.
Yes, he is.
There's no way in hell.
Yes.
Listen, he's the soldier of God. Through God, all things are possible. Yoel will kick his ass.
Okay. I think it's time we wrap this up.
I love you.
I love you, Mike!
Yoel my first round knockout.
Alright.
Flying knee,
Flying knee.
straight vertical. No run up at
He
all.
beats Jorge Masvidal's quickest time.
Teleports across the octagon. 1 second.
Thank you for watching. This has been the Birdnest MMA Roundup Episode 1. We'll see you next week. We'll
Kanye.
recover next week's biggest fights.